Brilliant.
How do you make this go away?
Commander Raver, you're the only fighter pilot I've ever met, so I'm just here with you, and definitely as a result of you're the only fighter pilot I've ever met who has chased a UAV. So I guess how did that encounter impact you, and why is disclosure important to national security?
Well, I can tell you that 21 years and a week ago, I'm pretty sure we weren't alone. I got to chase something, all four of us saw it, that were in the jets. We knew it was something that was far superior. The airplanes were brand new and there was nothing that it could do. And when it disappeared in front of us, we were like, I think it's important. I think there's technology out there, as Hal said, that can really help us out and move mankind along, as long as we use it for the right reasons. There's always evil out there that will try and use it for the wrong reasons. But I think it's about time, show us the ship, show us the body, tell us about Roswell, get it out. That's what I thought the first report from Congress would say, and obviously it didn't. But I think we have the right people in the right place. Like Dan said, it's very bipartisan. I've talked to several Democrats and Republicans. They're both on the same side on this. So I think it's time, and I think this documentary is the one thing that the genie will never go back in the bottle, and it needs to come out. So thanks.
That's awesome. Lieutenant Graves, you've been an advocate for UAT disclosure as well, and improving air safety, which I feel like a lot of us probably are also looking towards, because how perilous that seems. Can you speak to what your concerns are at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me actually perhaps turn it back on the crowd, maybe by a quick show of hands. Who here has had an anomalous experience? Well, state notwithstanding, I'm always surprised when I speak to groups, whether it be pilots or others, about just how common these experiences are. Dan talked about going and talking with your families about this, watching it together over Thanksgiving. I think you'll be very surprised that, if you approach this topic seriously, that you might know people close to you that have had similar experiences yet weren't comfortable sharing it yet. And when it comes to aviation safety, communication is the core of what keeps us safe up there. If we can't accurately identify and mitigate safety issues by communicating and sharing that information, then we're all leaving ourselves vulnerable. What Dan has done with this film, I think, is going to overall improve our national security, our aviation safety, and it's going to allow us as humans to talk to each other a little bit more, and I think that's fantastic. So thank you, Dan, and thank you.
You testified to Congress recently about the Vandenberg event. Can you speak to how that event impacted you?
Yeah, so that event, and the series of events that happened in Vandenberg, completely and profoundly changed my life and the lives of my friends. After you see or encounter something like that is not supposed to exist, you have to make a decision whether to ignore that, just put that on the back burner in your brain, or you have to spend some time thinking about what it is that you experience. And that's kind of what I've been doing for the last 22 years. It changed the way I think about everything. Religion, human origins, our place in the universe, how I behave in life, what I should be doing with my life. So it was profound. That experience put me on this path, and now here we all are. And the other part of it is, for me, it was easier because I was not alone during any of these encounters. Me and all my friends in the Air Force, we were on duty together as these incursions played out. So it was a little bit easier for me to process because my friends and coworkers and people I loved and trusted were right there with me. So I could look at them and be like, am I crazy? And they're like, no, we're all seeing. So yeah, that's why this movie is so important. Our military members and regular civilians, just regular people, are encountering the impossible. And we need to start talking about that as a nation, as a community, and as a world community. Because we're beyond the point now whether these objects or these phenomena are real. The question is, what do we do about it? How do we face this new reality? So that's why this movement is important. That's why this movie is critical. I really can't believe this is all happening in the lifetime. So thank you to Dan and everyone that's involved and everyone that supported us and everybody out there. some time and pay attention to this topic. I hope that this movie ignites the curiosity of the public and people start to ask the government for the truth. Thank you for your attention.
This movie, obviously, like Jeff was saying there, I mean, like, it is such an important topic, but also because it's such a great movie, I find, like, I think it's even gonna reach more people because I think it's so compelling and the way Dan directs this film is so engaging. We were talking before about the score. I absolutely love the music here. I know you could probably listen to it, I think, right now on, like, major platforms, Dan, is that right? Yeah, so.
We put the score out today on every major.
But like even that, I was like, oh, this is like a real. It just is like really sharp filmmaking overall. And I guess like, can you talk a little about the music and the choices to make it like the way it is, to have this incredible information that is so important to humanity, but also make an entertaining movie. I think that's a great the way you mix that together is really great.
I really wanted to try to make this documentary as cinematic as possible. You know, this is an epic situation. I don't want to take music in line with that. Larry Moat did the original score, and it's not customary for docs to do this, but we did a full 30-person live orchestra in Budapest, actually, which was really incredible. 30-piece string orchestra, and I think you feel that in the film. You did a great job. It's amazing.
It's great. I think the whole thing is great. And before we go here, any last words here? Obviously, like you said, like you can watch this movie, you can watch it again here in theaters, or watch it on Prime Video. I know you could. Like, what are you hoping for? Like, any last words of what you're hoping for here that people are gonna.
I just really, to echo what you guys said, I really hope that people take this out of the world, get all their friends and family to watch it, demand their representatives take this topic serious. People should start, sharing it, having their voice heard online, on social. You can just reach right out to our president. Make it clear it's time for him to step to the podium. Tell someone to the public around the world that this race we're in, the litigation is real. But aside from that, I just want to thank you guys, because this movie wouldn't have been possible without you and without all the other interview subjects who bravely spoke up. And I think you're going to inspire a lot of other people to speak up when this movie starts getting out there. So thank you.
Guests here, thank you, Adrian, for your tell all your friends.
Definitely go, all the way. Cool. Come on, guys. Everybody up. Better than you expected, wasn't it? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Let's go. Thank you very much, guys. Woo! Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Was fire.